People don't realize a lot of the underlying stress and problems they have in their life may be due to money troubles. Money troubles can spill over into other areas of your life, such as your work, your relationships, your schooling, and affect all of those areas. Before we get started, I would really appreciate it if you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Are you aware that those with money problems are more likely to have GI disturbances such as gastric reflux disease and ulcers? How about high blood pressure, anxiety, and depression? Money problems can keep you up at night, which then causes more stress on your body. It is no wonder that money problem is the #1 reason for divorce in America. Others are struggling with the guilt of not being able to provide for their loved ones. And when people get desperate, they tend to make bad decisions, such as stealing, not eating appropriately, or not taking care of your health. When you are stressed about money, chances are you are neglecting other areas of your life. Some people are struggling to afford co-pays and the medications. So it is likely that those very people are not seeking help from a healthcare professional to address those chronic issues that I mentioned earlier, especially the anxiety or depression. Let's talk about some of the common money problems people have. #1, not making enough money. Many people work full-time, which is 40 hours a week. Some even work more, 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and yet they are still finding that they cannot make ends meet. They may be forced to pick up overtime or get an extra job, which then in turn means more time away from the family and your loved ones. This alone can add stress and guilt onto whatever they're already going through. The second money problems people have is not being able to enjoy your money. And this could be for different reasons, right? So possibly you're working a lot of overtime, as I mentioned, and as a result, you don't even have time to enjoy the money. You can't go anywhere or do anything because you're pushing 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Having too much debt is a problem that people face with money, especially student loans. In 2019, the average student loan per household was about $32,000. Many are faced with the reality that they may never get out of debt when it comes to their student loans. So in order to fix the deficit, they turn to credit cards. And then they're carrying a high credit card balance at the end of the month, which then adds on more interest, which then adds on more debt. Then you have to factor in the rent or the mortgage, the car payment, and every other thing that is needed in order to run your household. I truly believe that a lot of people would invest into their 401ks or invest for retirement, but they simply cannot at this time because the debt is so much bigger than what they're bringing in. Another money problem people have is having poor credit. So a credit score is like a report card, right? An A is great, a B is okay, a C, a D is definitely failing, right? And your credit score basically tells the lender how liable you are to repay your debt. The lower your credit score, the riskier of an investment that you are. So then they tack on more interest onto the very item that somebody else with a better credit score would not have to deal with. In the end, you may end up paying 3 to 4 times more for that same item than somebody with a good credit score. Last point I want to make about how much power the lack of money causes in our lives is to look at the studies that have been done on millennials. Because of how much student loan debt and credit card debts millennials have, they are delaying having a family, raising kids, or purchasing homes because of the amount of debt they have. For someone to delay having a family and raising kids because of the debt that they have should give you an inclination of how big this issue is. Money problems dictate where you live. It dictates what types of jobs you get. It dictates whether you will stay in a job despite the fact that you hate it simply because of what it pays. So what can you do? You know you have debt. It's making you sick. You want to do something about it, but you have no idea where to start. First, I want to tell you, you are not alone. First thing you have to do is decide that from this moment, you want to do things differently. You want your life to be different. You want to make different financial decisions and choices so that your outcome can be different. I want you to forgive yourself for all the past financial mistakes that you have made, because you are not going to sit here and dwell about what happened in the past. Get on a budget, a written budget that you do before the month begins. That way you know exactly where you are spending your money. Next, you need to decide if you're going to do the snowball or the avalanche methods to get out of debt. If you need more information, comment in the comment section and I will be able to help you. Lastly, you can work with a financial coach, and the benefits of working with a financial coach is you will see results a lot faster because they will be able to provide you with a step-to-step plan to be able to get out of debt and manage your finances. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this information useful. Go ahead and subscribe if you didn't do so already. Looking forward to speaking with you in my next video.